What's going on? How's everybody doing? What up, Russ? What up, Russell? KB, Papa Bear. What's going on, Justin? How you doing? How's everybody? Let's see. Let's get to the content. So I can make sure that the live stream is going all right. KB, so what did Chris Rock find? Oh boy. Nope, not gonna do it. Big Chuck, how you doing? How's everything? Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Randy, how you doing? Oh, I have my headphones in. I'm like, why can't I hear? All right, let's make sure. All right, let's. How you doing? All right, perfect. Okay, Jimmy, how you doing, Mr. Homeowner? Hold, what's up, Rob? Hold up. All right, I am back. I had to get my drink situation situated. All right, so I have. Let's see here. Bring the smoke. What's going on, Rob? How you doing this evening? Chuck says, how are you? I'm good, smoking Chuck. So we have a big Chuck and a smoking Chuck. Man, it's gonna be enough Charles and Chucks in here like Eric's. So I have a cup of ice, I have a glass of glass, and I have an energy drink. We're gonna put the ice in the glass. Oh yeah, look at that. We're gonna just sip on the glass tonight. And this is, ooh, I'm running low. Let's see here. Let's see. Smoking Chuck says, I look forward to meeting you soon. Yeah, man. Why not? Where do you live, sir? Unless Chuck is like short for Charlene. Big Chuck's quick question dash. Thoughts on pellet smokers? Actually, I love my pellet smoker. I mean, no bias or anything, but I use my pellet smoker more than, I won't say more than any of my other grills, but I use my pellet smoker more than any of my other cookers. I got something in my eye today. Actually, it was shampoo this morning, and my eye's been blurry and burning all daggone day. All day. Neil, what's going on? Fat and Happy says, hey, yo, what's up? I'll cheers to that. Dash. Tried a new charcoal today. All right. What charcoal was that? I did not have my 8 p.m. energy drink prior to the live stream. So I'm trying to chug it now while drinking. Let's see. Victor says, howdy y'all, let's get slap happy. And the jokes just keep on coming. Keep on coming. Captain Newbie says, Dash, is that a hide or pew secret? No, it is not. It is not. This is just a regular old show. None of, I think they probably, if it was a hideaway one, it would hopefully be deeper. That thing has been there well before those hideaway shelves were a thing. Oh, Olive Branch, Mississippi. Can't say I've been down to Mississippi lately. What up, Al? How you doing? He's hey yo everyone. Victor says, "What's tonight's topic?" We're talking catering advice, and I'll kind of open that up to advice period. And I wanted to talk about like good advice, bad advice, or advice that was indifferent. Like it didn't help you either way. I was talking to taste tester number 3 this afternoon. Taste tester number 2 had a baseball game. We were leaving or waiting for taste tester number 2 to finish. And I said to her, I said, I don't know what I'm going to talk about tonight. So we started talking, and then basically it boiled down to advice. So, and then I couldn't really put in the title, catering advice, good, bad, or indifferent. I probably could change it now. Let's see. Let's edit video. Let's see if I can add it. Because when I do it from my phone, it limits the characters. So let's see. Catering advice. Good, bad, or INDEFE. Indifferent. Shoot. Oh, no. Indifferent. I have to spell check my title sometimes. DIFF. Here we go. Oh, good, bad, or indifferent. All right, so let's talk about this. So, what has been some of the good advice you've gotten? What has been some bad advice you've gotten? And then what's something that was like, that didn't help me either way? Yeah, dude, shampoo. I wash my beard on a daily basis. Yes, Justin. Yes. That was the good charcoal. Tiny pieces, but burn super hot. Yeah. So I don't mind smaller pieces of charcoal, to an extent, Rob. I like lump charcoal. I do. But I am not going to spend a premium on lump charcoal because guess what? I'm just burning it up and throwing it away. Bring the Smoke says, "Hey, I just dropped my friend's chicken sandwich vid. You should check it out. I truly love my sandwich. You should try it." All right. I'll have to look back at it. Yeah, Big Chuck says, "Let's talk catering advice." Yes, indeed. What up, Dash? You've been losing weight over there? No. So you know what it is? You know, it's so funny. When my beard is trimmed, it makes my face look slimmer. Really, I have not lost any weight. It really is just the fact that I have been. I take my sons to get haircuts every 2 weeks, and taste tester number 3 has been he has baseball practice on Thursday, so he has been missing the haircut appointment. Well, I have a standing appointment, so basically, if both boys don't get their haircuts, guess who's getting their beard trimmed? This guy. So that has been the transformation. Boosted Plinko, what's going on, Nick? How you doing? Dude, Rob, I wish I could come up this weekend. I have way more things to do than I know what to shake a stick at, and unfortunately, my Sundays are already booked because I actually have a part-time job on Sundays, and I have I have 1 or 2 Saturdays before I will be traveling, and I won't be home. So we will get together because I know I'm going to say close, but I know you're close enough. Carberry, what's going on? He said, "What up, Smokies?" Do you have an LLC for catering? Yes, I do. So one good piece of advice, and I've talked about it before, is set up an LLC. Just to make sure that if something happens, nobody comes after you and your personal assets. I do have an LLC, and that LLC has very little assets, and I'm okay with that. Blind Man Cooking, he says, "Hey, what's up, everyone? Blind Man Cooking, let me set up the stage for you since you missed it. I have a jar, this is like a pint jar, of some clear, some ice in it. Hopefully you can hear that. I'm drinking that straight. I have a Monster, or excuse me, Rockstar energy drink, and I have some, I think this is a soda. That's some Kool-Aid from earlier in my cup. My cup is my insulated cup with all my stickers on it and such. So I'm going to be sipping from the three vessels here. And actually, there's some coffee left over from earlier today. So let's start talking. Who has some advice? What is, like I said, you guys tell me, what has been some advice you've gotten, given, received, and some that you thought was good, others that you were like, what the hell? Like, why would somebody even say that to me? Victor says, Al, I'm looking forward to getting that first case. You know what? Haven't shared with, boy, no. Oh, yeah, right? What's this? Y'all talking around me? I've got another brisket video planned, and Pat told me I have to hire you to come down and do the trimming. Well, we might have to see about that, Al. Kirk said many have sold enough whole hog caterers so far for the season just to justify having a hog cooker built. Nice, Kirk. Hey, Kirk, while you're here, man, I need to get at you about coming over there and picking up that propane tank. It is finally warm enough for me to start being able to possibly work on something. So, I know you have my number. Can you hit me up tomorrow, please? And thank you. So I can talk to you about possibly coming out that way and picking up that propane tank. I know, yeah. But that's what's up, man. Kurt said he's gonna get a hog cooker built. Big Chuck said, "Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, y'all. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it." My phone is crooked tonight. There we go. It's a little better. All right, now it seems a little level. All right. Neil says, "So we have freezing rain today. How's everyone else's weather?" It was. We had quite the day on Monday. It was flurrying all day long. Yesterday it was cold as I don't know what. Today it was better. It was warmer, but it was still rather chilly. And then as soon as the sun started setting, it like dropped in temperature, and it was cloudy this afternoon. So I'm sitting on a baseball field, and man, I was wrapped up. Taste tester number 3 was wrapped up. Taste tester number 1 is over in the kitchen. He's shaking his head like it was chilly.
It's supposed to be 73 tomorrow.
It's supposed to be 73 degrees tomorrow.
With thunderstorms.
Well, that's why, because there's a cold front leaving out and a warm front coming in, which is going to create thunderstorms. Every time the winter just goes from, it does an about face, we always have severe weather. So that's how it works. Kirk says shampoo for them fluffy eyebrows. No, man, it wasn't for the eyebrows, and my eyebrows are not very fluffy. They're just, I don't know. They're not. Anyway, all the advice you've given me is golden. Much appreciated. You turned my business around. Well, that's what's up, Kirk, man. I appreciate that. Thoughts on burning the number 2 or finding a gas ride? I like my diesels, Nick. So you know how I feel about that. But I also haven't been driving my big van, my E350. But I actually have something I need to do tomorrow evening. So your boy Jose hit me up asking if I can help him move a machine tomorrow. Mr. Homeowner says, let me know. I'll head down there. We'll have to figure that out, Rob. Lou says, hey, yo, Lou Calamatis is here. He says, hey, yo, what's going on, Dash and Barbecue fam? How's it going tonight? I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I was saying earlier, I got shampoo in my eye, my left eye, and I am having the darndest time My left eye is blurry. When did you first think you needed an LLC? So Chuck, once I realized what an LLC did as far as protecting my personal assets, I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna spend the." And I went through LegalZoom and did it. It cost me like 150 bucks that I really didn't have because I was on like a medical leave at the time. I did it, but I was like, nope, I don't want anybody taking my stuff. What little bit of stuff I have. So I said, well, how do I avoid that? And there's a Sous culture. Uh, so I said, all right, I'm gonna set up an LLC, and I am a sole proprietor LLC, sole proprietorship LLC, or small S corp, or I have an LLC. Lou said I need a Rockstar Energy drink right about now. I am exhausted. Yeah, man, I had a long day too. Look. About 2/3 of the way gone through that one. Justin said, best advice ever. Take the leap. That same advice can be the best advice for someone and the worst advice for someone. I know I have a video out there kind of talking about it, and the premise is basically is catering, is something like doing this for yourself, is this something that you should do? And the whole thing was, I said, you're not going to find out until you do it. Your food is going to have to speak for itself. Your work ethic is going to have to speak for itself. All of those things that would make you successful are going to have to speak for themselves, and you're not going to know what that thing is until you get out and start doing it. So, just get out there and get started. Blind Man says you got to stay hydrated. Yes, sir. You cooking to what your crowd likes, not always what you like. Yeah, Lou, you're absolutely right. Guns and Barbecue says, oh, snap, howdy, Dash. I feel like he tipped his hat. He's got a big old cowboy hat there, emoji, and a handshake. So, what's up, man? How you doing? Kurt, thank you. Carberry said I would have to say get your recipes consistent is the best advice I've been given. Yep. That was one of the things that I strived for in the beginning was consistency. I said that in the beginning, if I eat, unfortunately, fast food here on the East Coast, and then if I go to Texas or if I'm in, California, I can go to a Wendy's, a Burger King, a McDonald's, a Chick-fil-A, and the food will be the same. I wanted my food to be the same whether you had it in 2014 or 2022. And it's been rather consistent for that expanse of time. Neil said, I find that after you smoke your meat and wrap it up, can you put it in the oven to save pellets? I find after you smoke your meat and wrap it up, you can put it in the oven and save pellets. That was good advice. Well, thank you. Big Chuck said Houston was storming today. Yeah. Look, Rob is just north of me. He's up in Pennsylvania. He said, tomorrow's 69 out. Yeah, well, you're a little further north, so it's a little cooler. But yeah, it's supposed to be really nice. Blind Man Cooking said, we had a dot of snow today. Jeez. Justin said, great advice from Grumpus. Get an LSG. Get a Lone Star Grill. Yeah, buddy. Nick said, my best catering advice. If you think you have enough water, get some more. All right. Yes. So now here's my question. Because my buddy Nick did catering, but his family had a restaurant and a catering business. When you say water, are you saying water for like your pots and pans, like to cook with, or water to stay hydrated? Like, or are you talking about specifically like for cooking or keeping things warm? Lou said I learned from Dash that an LLC got you a Restaurant Depot card. There's that. Yeah, I mean, it only costs you what, 150, 200 bucks to get that LLC, and then you got to spend more money at the Restaurant Depot? Hell yeah. Victor says, okay, this isn't advice given to me, but worth mentioning. I am in discussions on renting a food trailer, but they informed me a connection with someone to get a sockeye by the case, $4.50 per pound. Nice. Behind the garage. What's going on, man? How you doing this evening? Smoking Chuck said we just got out of a tornado today. Power came back on 15 minutes ago. Jeez, man. I'm sorry to hear that, guys. Ice Adam says, good evening, big fella. Peace and blessings to you and the family. Well, thank you. Mr. Richard, I'm glad you're here, actually. I was going to send you a text message before the weekend was out and ask you if you wanted some food because I will be out of town for Easter. And if you wanted something, then I would have to talk to you about doing something for you within the next week and a half. I'll be out of town for Easter. AJ from Brandon, Mississippi. I almost read that as Branson. Let's see, it's back. I just picked up a brand new catering trailer. I'm super excited. Well, are you AJ or are you excited? Anyway, lame dad jokes. You know, it's like, oh, my kids are like, I'm hungry. I'm like, hey, I'm daddy. Can't help you. Anyway, Mr. Richard, please let me know if you need something within the next weekend. Is that no two? We have 2 weeks before. Golly, 2 weeks before Easter. Does she have one? What does she have on? Oh, I knew they weren't her shoes. Those are number 2s. Neil, Steven, he says, hey, yo, Dash, good evening. Hey, good evening, peeps. Justin said, I love telling dad jokes. He loves them. I see what you did there. Okay, not a problem, Mr. Richard. Like I said, you're one of the people I thought about, and I said, oh, yeah. Smoking Chucks is having your LLC is great, but some still don't have licenses to do food in their cities. Some cities require certificate kitchens. Absolutely correct. Guess whose city does that? This one. But what happens is this. I'm doing small events for like word of mouth stuff. I'm not vending to the general public. So that is one of the things or reasons kind of how I can get around that. If I'm just doing you a favor and I'm cooking specifically for you, that is how I, I'm gonna say justify it, but that's how I kind of, in my mind. Steven. Yes, sir. Craig is in the house. Yes, indeed. Bring Smoke says, hey, do you think it's worth undercharging to get the word out? Yes. But I undercharged in the beginning, but I was able to put in a sweat equity. And how I put in the sweat equity was I didn't necessarily undercharged, but I delivered food for free. And then after that first year, I told people, I said, listen, you want me to deliver this to you, it's going to be, there's a delivery fee. And there was plenty of pushback. Man, I talked about it before. This girl wanted a half a pound of pulled pork. And at the time, pulled pork, I think I was charging $10, maybe $12 for pulled pork. So she wanted a half pound. And her order was going to be like $5 or $6. I can't remember what it was for a half a pound. And I told her, I said, look, delivery is going to cost you $6. And she's like, that's like the same price or more than the half pound of pulled pork. Yes, it is. She's like, but why would you charge me so much? The delivery is based on me coming to you, not how much you order. It's going to be $6 regardless whether you get 1 pound, a half a pound, or 13 pounds. It's still $6. That's the fee for me coming all the way across town to bring this food to you. And I said, I'm giving you a break because I'm coming from my kid's school and I can stop and bring the food to you on my way home. I'm just going to take a different route and I will include you in my route on my way home. Well, if you're on your way home, why can't you just bring it to me for free? Because if you want to eat and if I'm bringing you the food, then there's a delivery fee. And like I said, she was the worst case scenario of people pushing back as far as the delivery fee. But she is the one that stays in my mind, fresh in my mind. Um, and I think she even told me, oh well, she didn't want the food that one particular time, but then ordered not too long afterwards, and she paid that paid that money. So all right, Nick said everything. Yep. Mm. Hmm. Big Chucks is better call Uber then, yeah. Justin said advice: learn your costs and yields to set your prices. So if you don't understand, or if you don't get what Justin is talking about, this is one of those things that I talk about from time to time, and I talk about how you start with your raw weight, you cook it, and then you're left with whatever it is you're left with. So I say brisket and pulled pork are usually like a 50% yield. Chicken is like a 70% yield. And then you have wings and ribs, and those are per piece, so the yield is going to be the same, right? I have a yield of about 50% when it comes to brisket. It's probably 55, 60%, but for even math and easy numbers, 50%. Because I've had some that have cooked down further than others, and I might have, so if I get a 15-pound brisket, I might get an 8.5. Excuse me, I might get 8.5 pounds worth of brisket to be able to sell. Or I've had a 15-pound brisket and I can get 7 pounds of brisket to sell. So, like I said, I try and say, boom, we are going to have a 50% yield, and I will, trim accordingly. But pulled pork, the pork shoulder I've been getting lately, I have been getting more of a 60 or a 60, maybe 55 or 60% yield, which is not bad at all, because the last couple times I've cooked pulled pork, I've had pulled pork left over, and I've sold some extra pulled pork, given some extra pulled pork to the guys I work with on the range, and there's been pulled pork here for my family. But knowing your yields is a great thing. Jeremy says, yo, what's up? How you doing, Jeremy? Sean, he said, what up? How you doing, man? Look, Brandon Smoke says a lot of work for $6. Exactly. And it's just one of those things, man, where sometimes, oh, I'm trying to think who. Oh, it was Big Steve. Big Steve, he's up in Illinois. And Steve hit me up and he asked me a question about, he said he was asking me a question. Sorry. He hit me up and he sent me a text message asking a question about what he should charge for brisket. And he told me what his number was, or actually he asked me if three selling he said that somebody asked him to cook 3 pounds of brisket for him. And I'm like, man, you might want to push back and tell him the minimum is 4. And he was already on the same page. He said the minimum is 5. And I'm like, cool. He said that he can't get small enough briskets to justify like a 3 or 4 pound minimum order. He's buying like 15-pound briskets or so. So that 5-pound order will take care or satisfy more than half of the requirement, more or less. So, and that's just because he can't find smaller briskets. Luckily, I can, and I'm like, all right, well, I can. I mean, the smallest amount of brisket I will sell someone that's like 3.5, maybe 4 pounds. But we were on the same page, and then I started asking him about what he was charging. And then when I broke it down, I'm like, you need to charge a little bit more, especially, the price that you're paying. Yeah. So, let's see. Russ said, you got to adjust your delivery fee this year with the gas prices. I have not actually adjusted the delivery fee. Like I did a delivery over the weekend, and the delivery fee for where I went has been about the same. Like I have anybody in my same zip code is $5. Like me leaving my house is $5. And then like as I go out further and further, the max delivery fee is $20, depending on like if I'm going down to, like, for those of you guys who are familiar with the area, like I said, I live in Baltimore, and when I go further south into PG County and Montgomery County, delivery fee is $20. And I really should, like say, okay, here is $25 or whatever, but it's just not worth hemming and hawing over certain people or with it with certain people. Listen, my whole thing is they've already spent whatever they're going to spend, and they're willing to pay $20 for me to come down there and bring it to them. I won't say that's the least I can do, but it is what it is. Now, what I do to make up for it is, like this weekend, I had wings to do. Anybody who has been watching my channel for long enough knows how I feel about chicken wings. I was able to get chicken wings at a decent price, but the price was higher than what I'm used to paying. So, I had to charge accordingly. I was charging like $1.50 per wing. The wings right now are $2.50, and I make no qualms about it. $2.50 each. This lady she was like, oh, I really want 60 wings, and I'm like, 60 wings, huh? Okay. Well, I'm like, unfortunately, I'm like, one, if I can find the wings. Two, I said, those wings right now are going to be, I said, they could be almost $3 per wing. She's like, what? I said, yeah. I said, those wings they're getting expensive, and this is what they're going to cost. And she was like, well, how about we do 50? 50 works for me. So she got 50 wings, and I delivered them to her. Stop it, Russ. We don't tell Laura. All right. Quentin says, "Hey, yo, anyone need a tri-tip? Holla at me." Oh man, Quentin made some tri-tip. He tagged me in the pictures, and it looks like he did. It looked like he did well. Just like I said, be careful with the slicing. Victor says we all do things differently. I deal with delivery prices by not delivering, but I'm a truck driver. In my main job, I'm trying to drive less. Yeah, I can get it. Mark Henderson says, hit the like button, everybody. Yes, indeed. Thanks for the reminder. If you have not already, please do so. I greatly appreciate it. I tell you guys every single week that it really does help me feel better about doing these live streams. It really does help these videos, and it helps my channel. And here's the last thing, last but not least, it doesn't cost you a thing. Wild Bill's backyard. What's going on, Wild Bill? How you doing? Barbecue with Neil says, do you charge per pound after or before the cook? After the cook. I don't feel it right to say I'm going to, I charge for what you're getting. How about that? So like if I'm doing a catering event and I'm providing 50 pounds worth of food, it's 50 pounds cooked weight worth of food. Because if you start selling folks the raw weight of things, you're going to get yourself in trouble because you're going to lose out. So it's like, oh, I ordered 100 pounds or something. Well, I'm cooking 100 pounds and you're only getting 50 pounds or something. That is, whew. So let's just put this into terms, right? So let's say I'm having an event, right? Somebody's having an event, and the event's for 75 people. For 75 people, I'm going to need about 100 pounds worth of actual cooked food, right? All right. But if I sell them 100 pounds raw weight, right, and give them 50 pounds, you're already setting yourself up for failure. You're going to run out of food, and guess who they're going to be looking at when you run out of food? Now, you can run out of food in a good way, or you can run out of food in a bad way. That is going to be setting up yourself for failure and having food run out in a bad way. That's another reason why, Neil, that I always provide, or I always, I'll say bake in, but I always recommend a 25% overage so that people who are greedy, people who are hungry, people who want seconds, those things like that, you're covered and you don't run out of food in that bad way. Jacob says, what's up? How you doing this evening? Carberry says, do you render and smoke the tallow, then use it when you wrap? Nah. More often than not, that tallow. So here's something that is, I chuckle because I feel like YouTube has tainted people, and YouTube is making people do some extra stuff that most people don't do, right? Do I pull the membrane off of my ribs? Yes. Do I render all of the beef tallow that I get from my brisket? No. You know how much longer? Like, first and foremost, when I trim brisket, I'm trimming the briskets. The fat goes boom right into the trash. Can I put the tallow away for something to do something else with it? Yeah, I could. But I am not, I don't have a place to put it, which is another thing, right? I have, like, I can go into, there's double doors right where I'm sitting, and right behind the double doors, I have a few different cup containers of beef tallow, and I'll use some beef tallow when I'm cooking on the on my griddle. But other than that, I don't have a use for it. I'm not wrapping anything in beef tallow. Usually, like, one, I'm not using butcher paper. I'm going to be using foil. And if I'm already, I'm using foil pans. And let's say my brisket is already going to give off enough juices to braise itself. I don't need to add anything extra to that. I just don't. What do you typically charge per pound for brisket? Currently, I'm at like 20, 25, 28 pounds per brisket, or 25 to 28 pounds per for brisket. But that is contingent upon what the current price is. Let's see. Let's see. Wablo says, who's growing chickens without wings, man? Yo, Victor says, dash at wings. Left wing, right wing, yeah. Just as both. Do you get the I'll provide the meat and pay to cook it? If so, do you? And what do you charge? So, Justin, here's my advice for those people who want to do that. No. I tell people no. I tell people that because I say to them point blank, I said, listen, if you buy the meat from me, if you buy the meat and you give it to me to cook, I'm going to end up charging you twice as much to cook it than if I just go buy it myself. And I tell them point blank, what I charge is based off of what I pay. I'm going to pay one, let's say it's the number is 5, right? So I'm going to charge you 3 times that 5 in order to cook and have a little bit of profit. If you give me the meat, then I'm going to be charging you 10. And most people are like, wow, that's a lot. Yep. That's why I bill in the price of what it costs me to cook, not to cook it, but to get it. And then I charge you that accordingly. And I tell them this also. I said, unfortunately, quality control, I have to make sure that food the temperature has been maintained. I said, because though you get it, right? If something happens and someone gets sick, what happens is that falls on me. So if you get something and you don't store it properly and it sits in your car for a little bit longer than it needs to, and then you get it into the refrigerator, but by then it's already too far gone. Or has anyone ever purchased something like, I know there are times when I'll go to Restaurant Depot and I'll look on the discount cart and I'll buy food off the discount cart, right? But that food that I buy off the discount cart is for me and my family. I don't ever buy those discount stuff for stuff that or folks I'm going to sell to, because I have bought stuff off of that cart before and been burnt. Oh man, I'm gonna get some ribs for the family. I'm like, oh man, these ribs are discount. Yeah, I'm gonna get these and cook these up for them. I open up the pack and it's rancid. You can't tell it's rancid inside of the vacuum pack or what's left of the vacuum pack. So nope, I don't do it. Nope, I do not accept food for any money. Yeah, Al, I'm aware the tallow is shelf stable. I have some on the shelf that's been sitting on the shelf for, I feel like, a year now. The problem is, I won't say as much as I was cooking, if I were to start saving and harvesting all of the tallow, I'd run out of room, which is why I stopped harvesting it. Brainy Smoke says, I've replaced butter on some thighs with tallow, on some things with tallow. All right. I'm sorry. That's all well and good, but butter has one distinct taste and tallow has another. If I were to take a turkey and put butter on it versus tallow, the butter is going to win. But I'm sure it probably would depend on what it is you are cooking. Neil says, have a good night, my friends. I'll talk to you later. Thank you, Neil, for hanging out. The only thing you shouldn't run off at any party is alcohol. Just saying, yeah. Justin says, thank you. That is my answer. I won't cook your meat for you. Yeah. Well, I will cook your meat, but I won't cook the meat you give to me. All right. Victor says using tallow on your brisket is a fad that will pass. Use fat trimmings to make sausage. Feed your pigs if you got them. FYI. Place a little tallow in the hot oil when making French fries. Yeah, I have made French fries with beef tallow. Um, like it was good. It was good, and there was like because of the fact that I rendered my tallow in a smoker, it had a little bit like a little hint, like a hint of smoky flavor that came out into the fries. It was phenomenal. Actually, I did a video on that. Mm. So that video, however old that video is, that was when I harvested a bunch of beef tallow. Let's see. Oh, I feel like my eye is going to be irritated because I keep rubbing it because it's blurry. I ordered 2 10-ounce competition cow shakes from Uncle Steve's today. Nice, Russ. Hopefully you put like anywhere. I don't know where he has the ability to put it, but hopefully you put that I sent you. Carberry 1219 says, I was wondering, I don't either, but I do render it down to use for other things. I just feel I pay for it and I'm going to use it in one way or another. And it's really good to put in with sausage. So I have yet to make sausage, and that's just one of those things where I've just haven't stopped to do it yet. But Dash, your return, bad smelling meats now. Now you return. Oh yeah. Victor, true. But Victor, so what Victor is saying is one time I got some ribs and they were rancid. And I'm like, oh man, I like rubbed them down and like washed them off and like rinsed them and tried to clean the stink off of them, seasoned them and cooked them. And they were still like rancid after I cooked them. And when I went back to the store and told the young lady, like the greeter at the restaurant depot, she said, well, just bring them back. Well, now I know, but I still don't take my chances very often when it comes to those meats. And I tell you, the one meat that I probably trust the least is pork because you can't, like, pork just smells bad. It doesn't look bad. Like, you can look at beef and say, oh, this looks kind of weird. You can look at chicken and say, oh, this looks kind of weird. You can look at almost everything else, but pork is just, like, it goes rancid from the inside out. I don't know. In my opinion. Justin said they've developed a chicken with 3 wings and 3 legs, but damn, the thing is too fast. No one can catch it. Carberry says dump a little on your burgers. Yes. Are you talking about the competition cow powder or are you talking about the beef tallow? You got to talk in complete sentences because I have like 14 conversations going on at once, and man, sometimes I don't know who's talking to who. Yeah, Victor, smoke flavored tallow. That is the only way I've rendered my tallow, by the way. I know I've seen other people say, oh, or not see, but I've seen other people like take the tallow and they'll put it in the oven at like a low heat and it renders pretty well. But I'm like, I already have my smoker going. Why wouldn't I throw it in the smoker? And there have been a couple different cooks where I've like I cooked in Vicky. Goodness, I've cooked in Vicky and thrown the tallow like on the top shelf while I was cooking, and I'm like, hey, don't worry about that thing up there. That's just something else I'm working on. All right. Well, thanks, Russ. Hopefully he will accommodate and send you a little bit extra. That's usually what he says. He'll send an extra shake to you guys that mention that I sent you. Let's see. Carberry says frozen and thawed, then refrozen most likely. Oh, the tallow. Okay. So I don't freeze the tallow. I don't feel a need to freeze it. It's just like Al said. Al from Eat More Vegans. If you have not or do not know about Al, Al is a character, to say the least. Al's cool people. So I actually went down early. Golly, when was it that I went down there? It's March now. So it was right before Thanksgiving. I guess it was last year. I went down to North Carolina and hung out with Al and cooked with Al. And man, had a ball cooking with Al. Al, he he was a gracious host and helped me out and gave me some decent advice and gave me some information, motivation more than anything. I just have to figure out how best to incorporate some of the things I saw in while I was down there with Al to my setup here. One of the big things, one of the big takeaways is I would like to set up some sort of like studio, but I just want to have the space in my current home in order to do just that. But we'll see. We'll get it figured out, I'm sure. Anyway, the tallow is shelf stable, just like Al said, so I can render it out and put it in containers. Like I said, I can go. I have a good amount of shelves in my I have a deep freezer right behind where I am, right in front of where I am, and I have quite a few shelves of tallow. Mark says, "Have you thought of selling the tallow if you have enough?" So no, I have not actually, but I mean, I don't know. Is there a market for that? I mean, I'm sure there are people who would want it, but never have I thought of selling it. Hmm. Yeah. Something to think about, Mark. Justin says, "Educate me. Is tallow just the fat trimmed off brisket?" Yes. Um, Tallow is beef fat. So where lard is pork fat, tallow is beef fat and is rendered beef fat. And you can clarify it. You can I won't say strain it, but if it's warm and I won't say warm and liquid, but if it's warm, it's viscous. And you can use it for frying. You can use it for just like you've seen people or heard people talking about duck fat. Um, you know, you can I will say strain it because a lot of times what ends up happening is how I harvest my tallow is going to be like if I trim briskets, right? I'll take my trimmings and I'll put them into a half pan usually, and I just throw the whole thing in the smoker, and the fat will render out of the like the cellulose, the cell structure of the fat itself, and you'll be left with like a crackling almost, but it's not skin, it's not the rind. And I mean, it doesn't taste like anything. Yes, I've tried it, I've tasted it to see what it was like, and it's just like cellulose, a cell structure. And like what I end up doing is I will squeeze and like compress those that bits of fat that are left to get all of the fat rendered fat, or get all of the fat rendered away. And I probably should strain it, but like I said, I'm just using it for me, so I don't. But it it is what it is, and then I have it in. I have some quart quart containers. I have some cup containers. I mean, I don't know. Blind Man Cooking says, "Do they not put best before dates on the meat at the restaurant depot?" So Blind Man Cooking, what ends up happening is there is the vacuum seal packs. They're called cryovac packs. The If it's in the cryovac and the cryovac gets busted, like if you can see air in the cryovac, they sell it at a discount. And I've purchased some of those busted cryovac packs um for my family. And so one of the things and here's the thing, because I know that if the cryovac pack is busted, they'll sell it at a discount. So if I go to the regular like the meat case, and if I find a brisket or I find something else that the cryovac is busted on, I'm gonna bring it to the meat manager's attention. I say, "Hey, yo, can you mark this one down?" And they're like, "Yes or no." So okay, but if it's one that I don't take to get marked down, and it's sitting on the markdown shelf, the markdown, like it's a cart, right, at the restaurant depot, that is where I will not buy one of those for a customer cook. I will buy those for my family or for myself. Like I've purchased beef ribs off of those things myself. I purchased, and then what I'll do is I'll bring them home, make sure they're okay, and I will re-vacuum seal them. Gosh, my eye is bugging me. I will re-vacuum seal them and then put them in the freezer for my family. Justin says, yeah, he did that last time. We all sent the extra shake. Nice. Uh, Victor says, beef is forgiving, but all other meats, if in doubt, throw it out. Food should not have a funky smell. We hold on. Return it for a refund if you purchased it recently. Yes. Carberry says, no rancid ribs. A little frozen, then thawed, then refrozen. Yeah, well, depends. Ow. Part of the problem is not trying to get it set up. Part of the problem is I don't have a place to do it. Um, if I have space, but I don't have space. Like all of the space that I have set up is already allocated for other things. Like I don't have a dedicated space that I won't say waste, okay, to put a studio. I just don't. Like where I shoot now is in my kitchen where I have, my family comes in and eats and cooks and other things like that. So like I have to clean up and prepare the space in order for me to be able to cook in the space. One of the good things is my wife and kids are out of the house again on Tuesdays. So I've been trying to cook on Tuesdays and get back into the habit of cooking on Tuesdays so that I can have a video for Thursday. Speaking of which, if you guys are here at about the, I don't know, let's say 10:30-ish time frame, 10:30, quarter 11, remind me and I will drop the link to the video that's going to go up tomorrow. I fried some fish, all right? And those of you who are astute have noticed the last few videos have been me cooking seafood. During Lent, my wife, myself, and taste tester number 2 have gone pescatarian. So I have not eaten anything else but seafood since Ash Wednesday. It is going on. I have 2 weeks left. 2 weeks left. Not that I'm hating it, but man, I want a steak. I want some hot sausage. I want some beef bacon. I don't like, man. I need beef. I need some beef. Victor, common misnomer. He says lots of space for your studio in the garage. Nope, not at all. It seems more spacious, and I unfortunately I make it seem more spacious than it is sometimes. My garages are like for storage. I use my garages as I work on vehicles out there. I work on maintaining my vehicles, maintaining other things around my house, and storing things out in the garage. So like I wish I could set up a dedicated studio in my garage, but my garage, if I set up a studio in my garage, it would not be functional to the level in which I need the functionality in my garage. I thought about trying to set up not a separate, but a specific place in the garage in order to, and I do have space, but it's just not going to be, it's not going to be easy. It's not. Wild Bill, he says, okay, have a good night, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Al, wait a minute. Damn it, Al. Damn it, Al. We'll have to talk. Might have to barter. I'll come. Look, I am not above traveling. Russ says because you never thought about buying it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I guess he's talking about selling the tallow. Yeah. My understanding of tallow is that rendered kidney fat, not brisket fat. Well, Steve, I'm not 100% sure. Another use for tallow is making hay Papa Bear. She says, yeah, beef fat, but fat from different parts of the animal's body has different properties. Taste, okay. Yo, Tio, what's up, Uncle? Yo, Uncle. Informative, no problem. Oops. 10 before minutes. Great minds think alike. All right, smash the thumbs up, y'all. Thank you, Steven, for the reminder. I apologize. I keep talking about it. Now, I feel like spreading. I got shampoo in my eye earlier this morning, and my eye has been bugging me all damn day. My left eye. And goodness gracious, it is. I feel like it's red, but it's blurry, and I keep bugging it and bugging. It's bugging me. Yeah. Justin said tomorrow's video. Seen it already. You know why Justin has seen tomorrow's video? It's because he's a Patreon patron. A Patreon patron. And Patreon patrons have access to the videos early. So, if I can film a video on Tuesday and I can edit a video on Tuesday/Wednesday, then I can get that video up and available for you by Wednesday. And you get to watch the video before everyone else. So, if you want to become a Patreon patron, feel free to hit that link down below. And not only do you get access to the videos early, you get a personal shout out and thank you at the end of the video. Blind Man Cooking said, what kind of fish did you fry? You, sir, are going to have to wait to hear what type of fish that was in that video. I'm not giving it away, and Justin, don't you give it away either. Victor says another use for tallow is making bird food called sweet. Is it suet? Sweet? I don't know. Pour some bird seed in a bowl, mix some tallow, press into form, and give it to the bird to sell. Sure. Mark says if you find a soap maker in your area, they would be interested in BBQ tallow. It might be worth a try. So part of the problem is, but I don't know, Mark, because I render mine in the smoker. I kind of think that is my niche thing. Let's see. My niche thing is smoked meats, and if I'm going to do a tallow, I think my niche thing will be smoked tallow. So I don't know if that would necessarily hit the same. That it can be, yes, bring smoke. I did know that it could be turned into soap. Again, the problem with the fact that I am smoking it, would leave a lingering smoke scent, and that's not for everybody. Russ said, I guess it wasn't Johnson & Johnson. No tear shampoo. And this is turning into a real fatty conversation. Yeah. It was not Johnson & Johnson's. It was a tea tree scented or tea tree shampoo that we got from from Lidl, actually. Once it wasn't Aldi, it was Lidl. And oh my God. You keep talking about it. Like, count how many times I've rubbed my eye. Yeah. Man. Al's got my mind racing. Trying to figure out where I can put stuff. Studio. I don't have a indoor space is one of the main things. Like, setting something up in my garage is kind of well and good, but not well and good at the same time. I don't know. I just don't trust it. Like, there's certain things I want to put out there and other things I don't. And having a bunch of camera equipment, like, set up static out there, just not something I want to do. Excuse me. Bring smokes is put it in a crock pot, render it twice. First time with salt, pulls everything out of it, and you get clean tallow. Sean said, I'm amazed at your consistency. Not sure how you find the time and energy. Sean, trust me, when you see those breaks and when I don't post anything as far as cooking videos in the beginning of the year, that's because I just need a break. And it took me a long time to understand that, you know what? It's okay to take a break. And the reason why, I used to just pump out content, pump, and through that hamster wheel, it was real. And here, if you take a bit of advice from me, Do not succumb to the YouTube algorithm hamster wheel. My whole thing is this, man. I'm going to consistently chug away. My like I always I harp on consistency, but at the same time I'm inconsistent. Because I know that my mental health is better than putting something out on YouTube. I used to, and like there are some of you guys who I know Ricer's not here, but Ricer and I talked about it. And I'm like, nah, man, I gotta put out a video twice a week and do a live stream, which meant I was putting out 3 pieces of content every single week, and I did that for a year and a half, 2 years, 2.5 years straight, every week without missing a beat. There was a video on Tuesday at 7 a.m. There was a live stream on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. And there was another video on Thursday at 7 a.m. Eastern without missing a beat. I mean, did it work? Yeah, I'm at 27,000 subscribers. 27,300 and some change. But did it work? No, because I'm at 27,300 subscribers. And, not to compare myself to other folks, but I know there are other people who are putting out content, and it's just one of those things where, are my videos good enough? Apparently the algorithm doesn't think so. Apparently, so it's like, is it worth it? Nope. So I stopped. I mean, yeah. Quentin says, video idea, how to slice meat for noobs. I have kind of done a video like that. So Quentin, I'm a preface this, and when I say what I'm about to say, you're gonna be like, that makes a lot of sense. All right, so hold on. Before I get back to this, I want to read. Victor says, smoked smelling soap would be an excellent scent soap for men. I wonder if you can put WD-40 in soap. You probably can, Victor, but I mean the water dispersion, or whatever the WD stands for, just that oily stuff, probably wouldn't bode well in soap and trying to get clean. All right, Quentin. So here's the thing, right? And this is one of the things that a lot of people don't understand and don't get when I post videos. When I post videos, they are of one of two things. If I post a video, it's either of a cook that someone has paid me to cook, or something I'm cooking for my family. That's it. I am past that experimenting. Oh, let's see how this turns out if I do X, Y, or Z. I'm past that. One, meat costs too damn much, right? It costs too much. So I'm past the whole, like a good portion of the experimental phase. Also, if I'm doing a video on something, that means I'm trying to impart some information onto someone else. So usually that means I've done an experimental cook, or I've done something like that I won't say in the past, but before, in order for me to be able to give a better understanding of how it should be done. I've done a trial run. Let's put it that way. I've done a trial run before I try to put it on video, or something I cook often, or something I cook regularly. But typically the videos I put on YouTube are one of those two things. The third thing being, like, if we just sit down and have a talk about some catering advice or something like that, right? So how to slice meat for noobs, I would need somebody to order enough meat in order for me to do a video on slicing it, or I would have to be cooking for my family in a big enough quantity in order for me to be able to have enough meat for me to slice it for somebody. So hopefully that makes sense, Quentin. Bringing Smokes as Victor is 100%. Yeah, you're right. You're right. What up, Johnny? How you doing this evening? Wall and ceiling, those mouse arms are going to be unused. If you have walls in the garage, you can pull it off. I have so Al, my garage is open at the top. So I won't say girders, but I have rafters. Yeah, I could say it would be rafters. And I am not above getting on the ladder. So Al, we might have to talk. Just said sitting in the basement. No. So unfortunately, blind man cooking. My basement is too short for me. Um, there is there's one section of my basement that is tall enough for me to stand in. And that is the newest section or the newer section, like where there's an addition to my house. And the reason that is off limits for me is because during the beginning of the pandemic, my wife actually went down and we cleaned up and out that room, and that has become like more or less her workout area space. Does she use it right now? No, but it's it's her space. So she did a lot of the work and effort to make that her own. Like there's a TV down there and treadmill and workout bench, things like that, and a futon. And I wouldn't like it's. I can't stand up in that space. Like it's not tall enough. And then the rest of my basement is very similar. It is not tall enough. Like I'm 6 foot tall, and I have to bend down in order to bump to walk around in the basement. Let's see. Brittany Smoke says, "Damn, I struggle doing one video a week." Yeah, I know. My goal is down to twice a month, dude. Sean, here's the thing, man. Don't put out a video when you can. All right, and then what will happen is you'll get more because I have a formula right now, right? And this is so I really feel like this is one of those things that I can put out a video on, but it's hard to do because not everybody will understand this. So this is another one of those things. I'm gonna preface this, and I'm gonna say there are a few of you guys who are putting out videos, and you will understand what I'm about to say, and there's other of you guys who are like, man, I would never put out a video. All right, you have to get into a rhythm. And the rhythm basically says, I'm going to set an hour aside for filming. I'm going to set 2 hours aside for editing. I'm going to set this amount of time aside for this amount of time aside for that. And then what you do is you streamline everything. Have you noticed recently that I have an intro? I have my thumbnails look similar. I take a picture of the food, the main subject of the food, and I have my font already and my things like that already set up. Now, Sean, with your videos, your time suck is finding that stock footage for your videos. My God. My God. I can only imagine how much stock footage you go through to find something that works over and or with your narration. Bruh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But you will, once you get to the point where you know, or you have, let's say you have a library of 50 clips, right? 50 clips. You can use those 50 clips with in enough of a variety where I probably wouldn't notice that they're the same 50 clips. I have noticed that people who use stock clips, and when I say stock clips, what I'm talking about is like a boardroom, a meeting, and you have people lined around a meeting or whatever, and like it's just hard to explain what a stock clip is, but I know this resonates with you, Sean. Narrow it down and limit your clip pool, and then you know which clips you want to go to, and that will help speed things up. But you have to vary the clips in order to not make it seem like you're using the same exact ones every single time. Yeah. Let's see. Victor says shelves. You need lots of big shelves into that garage, and you'll find a room when you have the space for a studio. Victor, the whole back wall is shelves. The entire back wall is shelves. I have shelves on the entire back wall is shelves, and then there's another bank of shelves. It's actually more than one bank. There's probably another almost half wall. Like there's a short wall length of shelves, and there's a long wall length of shelves just about. Trust me, man. I do not. I use that space for working and other storage. Prior to was the words I was looking for. Captain in me. Yeah, that was a joke. Generally speaking, man, listen, WD-40. Some people like it like that. Ashton Banks says, "What's this?" I don't know. No problem, man. Look, Quentin, Sean, I'm telling you, there's so many facets to what I do, and the cooking facet is one thing. The video facet is another thing. The editing facet is another thing. I mean, like, I got to the point where, and this is hard, right? You guys have to remember, and those of you guys who look up to me like, man, I wish I could do X, Y, and Z like Dash, bruh. I got to the point where I would come home on a Monday. Well, actually, how I was able to do the schedule I was doing, and let's just put this into perspective, right? For those of you guys who are like, I don't know how you do it, I don't know how you had the time. On a Saturday or a Sunday, or like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was cooking almost every single weekend. Almost every single weekend, I was cooking, and I could film what I was cooking on a Saturday or Sunday. I would go into work on Monday. I would get into work at 6 a.m., right? And Monday mornings were kind of slow. If I didn't have a whole bunch going on, I could edit a video in. So let's say I filmed a video and it was an hour, 2 hours of footage, right? And usually I might have half an hour of footage of I don't know, an 8-hour cook, right? And I would focus on one aspect of the cook when I was filming. So I would take that footage, save the footage. I'd go into work on Monday morning. I would edit that footage. And usually I'll start editing about 7 o'clock and I'd be done by 11. So that was 4 hours. I could kind of half do what I needed to do and half focus on editing footage. Okay. I was lucky enough to have a job where I had downtime, right? So I could edit the footage. So by about noon, when I was about, or 11:30 or so, I was headed to lunch. And the whole thing was, I wanted to be done editing so that I could set my render for when I went out to lunch, right? I'm gonna put you down to the game. So as I was going out for lunch, I would set the render, and by the time I came back from lunch, the render will be done. Now, mind you, I worked 6 a.m., still do work 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. So if I came back from lunch at 12:30, and the render was done, I can push that up to YouTube, and it can upload to YouTube in another hour and some change. So by 2 o'clock, I was done. So now, mind you, that's over a 6 to 7 hour span. It would take me to get those things done, but I was doing other things while I had my laptop like sitting in the corner. I would be plugging away, editing here and there for 15, 20 minutes, turn back to my work, do whatever I needed to do, edit for another 15, 20 minutes, turn back to my work, edit for another 15, 20 minutes, turn back to my work. And then, like I said, when I got the render done, and then I got the upload done, so Monday afternoon, I would have the video done. I had to get home, or I would have the render done, and when I got home, as soon as I got home, open up my laptop, upload it to YouTube. Monday afternoon, Monday evening. So Monday afternoon, Monday evening, it was done. This was early on, so I really didn't post it out to the Patreon patrons just yet, right? But I would then take care of doing my thumbnails, take care of like changing anything I needed to do, all of those things like that. Monday evening, Monday night. Tuesday morning come rolling around. I set my videos to go live at 7 a.m. because I started working at 6 a.m. and I can fix or change anything in that hour before 7 a.m. So I would, if I had to upload my thumbnail, if I had to fix my thumbnail, if I had to do any like thing with the description, I could do all of those things before the video went live at 7 a.m. And because I'm sitting at work all day long, I set it to go live at 7 a.m. because guess what? I'm sitting at my work computer, and if it dings or bings or whatever, I can reply to comments while I'm sitting at work in between me doing what I need to do. So people are like, how do you find the time? Multitasking. All right. So that was Sunday into Monday, or Saturday, Sunday into Monday, right? Monday I would go home. Monday I would go home, or Tuesday I would go home, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna cook dinner, and I'm cooking dinner for my wife and my kids. Guess what? I'm gonna film what it is I'm cooking for them for dinner, and that was Thursday's video, and I would do that and edit that on Wednesday, right? Have it done so that I could upload and have it done and ready for YouTube. So by the time I did the live stream, I could send you guys or give you guys the link, right? And then Friday I was cooking, Saturday I was cooking, Sunday sometimes I was cooking. So that was my week. Yeah. Russ, so I'm kind of iffy on getting into hyper, and I did not look at my 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 AMC shares are almost back to broken even. I I purchased them. I'm gonna say midsummer, but late last year, and they dropped. Let's see. So it dropped down again because it's back down to 25. So I have, I'm not saying lost, but I do have some loss there with AMC. About $150, 185 actually is what it is. But that was a far cry from what it was. Mark said that's an idea about using beef tallow to make swit. Sounds very interesting. Just bird seed and tallow might be viable. Better than just throwing fat out. Yep. Victor says don't limit your shelves to just walls. You're talking to man with a pole barn that measures 36 by 48. Tons of room, only with shelving. Using shelves back in the middle of some of the. So I do have some shelves like that are sticking out. Captain Newbie says Friday's my birthday. He'll be 54. Well, look, I'll drink to that. Captain Newbie, hey Russ, happy birthday. Mm. Uh, uh, yeah, Al, we will definitely catch up. You know, you have my number, so we can talk. Hey, Jimmy says time to hit that thumbs up button if you have not already. Um, Jimmy, I gotta talk to you, man. Um, yeah, we gotta talk. So the master is about to become the student, all right, and I need some advice and some direction. Um, and I think you are definitely you might be able to have some pew advice for me. So we will get to talking, but I figured I would, before I forget, I would at least mention it. But man, oh man, how's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's good. Look, I'm just gonna put this last bit of energy drink in here with that, so I can put some trash into this can and finish this moonshine. Now it's not as clear anymore. The energy drink. The energy drink turned it into tails. uh, and blinking off a share or two of peg. See, that's part of my problem. I don't have any extra money as of late. Let's see, what is that? Search. Public. What? Public service enter? What is that? Profile. Public Service Enterprise Group. Accounting services. This is PSENG. Oh, it's NG. Oh. That's the New York power company? Yeah. Well, New York, New Jersey. The company is an energy company with operations located primarily in the northeastern and mid-Atlantic United States. The company's segments include public PSENG, PSENG Power, blah, 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 natural gas, here it is, New Jersey. Also provider, gas and electric, yada, yada. See, yeah, part of my problem is, like, I try to stay into things that are less than $50 for right now, just because I'm only able to put $50 into my brokerage every other week, and I just don't have it to put into higher cost things. Do you ever use blade or electric shave to shave your head? Not meaning to be personal. No, so I actually do have an electric shaver. The honestly problem is the electric shaver I have, and I mean, you guys want I can send you a link to the electric shaver that I use. It's a trimmer, and it works really well. The problem is I'd have to shave my head every other day with it. And I find that I get lazy, and I will go like a week without shaving my head, and I'll just go back to using a razor. What I ended up doing for my 41st birthday, 41st birthday, I bought this electric razor, and I was using it religiously on like every other day. But if I went 2 days or 3 days, I would have to pull out the razor. This morning, I pulled out the razor. I shave my head. I usually try to shave my head prior to going into work on Sundays, because I'm dealing with, I don't say dealing with the general public, but I try to shave my head on Saturday, Sunday. So then this morning when I went to shave my head, I had to use the razor. So that's why it looks like it's close right now, because I used the razor this morning. But it won't be tomorrow. It'll probably be tomorrow, Thursday, probably Friday. I'll have to use the electric razor, and I'll be able to cut it. Because it's like, if my hair is too long, the electric razor won't work. If my hair is too short, the electric razor won't work. It has to be like a certain length in order for the electric razor that I use and have to work. So, yeah. No patents on what little I know. All right, well, Jimmy, still, man, I appreciate it. And, I figure, I don't know, I might have to send you a letter in the mail or something, just to pick your brain, because I have so much questions, so many questions. D-Dub says, hey, yo, Dash and Barbecue Family, how's everyone doing? I'm great. So much better now that you are here, though. I'm telling you. Hey, if you have not already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. Great chicken sandwich, Vidman. I'm going to try that soon. Okay, you got me hungry. All right, I guess I need to go after my subscriptions. Let's see. That is a Chevy Lumina. Cletus. Surprising my mechanic with the most ridiculous daily. That looks like a Chevy Lumina. Just by the wheels. Alright, I'm looking for a chicken sandwich. Bring the smoke. Where are you, chicken sandwich? Where art thou, chicken sandwich? What is the preferred optic for a DMR? What is a DMR? You know, all these folks with the pew pew acronyms, I don't know what they are. Pro Butcher 7 steaks not sold in supermarkets. Picanha, I know that one's on the list. Let's see. Bring the smoke. GB smoke. Bring the smoke. Why couldn't I see it? Oh, it was 3 days ago. That's why. We're gonna have to open that up in a new tab. I will check that out a little later. All right. I'm about to get sucked into the comment rabbit hole. Nope. Not yet, Jimmy. Not yet. It's coming though, but I've been stacking stuff left and right. Left and right. I got a 50-pound bag of some crackling in the car right now. No problem, Mark. First love, what's going on? Oh, how's the clear? It's almost gone. But you know what's crazy? I have a headache. And I think that's just, I won't say blood pressure, but it's related to something else. Because this short hack didn't give me a headache. But I kind of had the inklings of headache prior to the live stream. So it is what it is. Victor says, Mark, I am one of the few Americans who have been to every province, even way up north, to the gold mines and tar sands. After Alberta, eh? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Blind man. I'm getting dangerously. Hopefully you can hear that. I'm getting dangerously close to the bottom of the jar. Hold on. Let me make this audible for you. And just like that, it's gone. Sad, sad, sad times ahead. But I'm working on something. So, Mark, in case you're not aware, well, I mean this channel name is Blind Man Cooking. He's visually impaired, so I have to. Nope. That's his jar. That's his jar. We'll drink it together, but I'm not drinking it before he gets here. So that's tucked away. I do have. I have some of that super duper high tech. I still have some of that left, but no need for me to crack into that one. That one is just like that's a. You know how you have it's like a litmus test. That one is like, this is what it should taste like. This is what I might be able to put together, or this is what somebody gave me, or this is what somebody sent me. Is it as good as this one? No? Okay. I'll drink this one slowly, or I'll drink this one quickly. But, oh no. That one I set aside for my father-in-law? No. That's his. I do have some other over here. The other is the spicy one we were talking about last week. But I think that is it. Yeah. So I'm, kind of put that off to the side. But it's cool. It's cool. I don't know. I enjoy just in moderation, man. I don't need to be waking up tomorrow morning and my hands are shaking and I'm shaking and I gotta take a nip before I get to going. No, that's all right. It's okay. Cause this stuff right here, this stuff right here, it'll wake you up. That's for daggone sure. Steven, if you have not, or if you've talked to Laura, tell her I said what's up. I definitely do miss her on the live streams. I know she's trying to get her things back together. So, hey, listen, also, if you have not already hit that thumbs up button for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, I told you guys that at about 10:30-ish, I would give you the link for tomorrow's video. So those of you guys who are still here, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link because too often I forget to put the link in the video. And now I always want to say thank you to you guys who are here on the live stream. So that's why I am going to go ahead and I have put the link for tomorrow's video out there. It takes a long time to put in the pews and some... Wait, let's see. Jimmy, come on. It takes a long time. Ooh, no, cancel. It takes a long time to put in all the pews in the same spot. It's like learning to cook brisket, trial and error. Yeah, man. Yeah, I already know. I already know. I already know. So speaking of which, how many of you guys are on TikTok? On TikTok, like watch TikTok. Just comment TikTok like TNT down below. Steven says I will, but she's just waiting on the internet to hook up. Oh, okay. All right. No problem, Steven. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Tell her I miss her and her count. Captain Newbie says he's on TikTok. All right. So in case you guys did not know, I have a TikTok account and I've been posting some of my pew exploits on TikTok. So not that I'm trying to amass a great following on TikTok, but my TikTok is still Drum Smokers, not very creative. But I don't like. Remember, I was talking about like a segue into a YouTube channel. Maybe if I get enough buzz, enough followers on TikTok, that'll motivate me enough to say, all right, you know what? I need to set up a second YouTube channel. Bring Smoke says, hey, yo, I gotta go, Dash and fam. I'll catch you next week. Yes, sir. Hello. What's up? Rick, how you doing this evening? He says, sorry I'm late. I took a nap after dinner, and wow, I'm going to be up late now. I thought you were about to say something like, wow, I'm going to be a granddad. Whoa. Just with the exception of doing one's business outside when it's warm for winter days outside -20, bringing a lot of my skeeters on the summer. But yeah, I always enjoy my time up there. Yeah, man. Freaking Canada, eh? Man, Rick, thank you so very much for hanging out and being here. Greatly appreciate it. Hey, listen, if you have not hit that thumbs up button for me, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could. Please and thank you. Victor, I'm going to add to that, to your list of things that are annoyances. As far as like the extreme negative temperatures. I've seen Russell from Raspberry Rock. It seems like he deals with deer flies. I think they're deer flies that are like vicious. It looks like they're vicious, like to the point where he has to wear like netting over his head and his arms, like with his exposed skin, because they seem vicious up there. Even his dogs, Willow and why can't I think of Willow and what is the other dog's name? Willow. Oh. Anyway, even the dogs are annoyed by all of the like deer flies. So Russ is name a better sound. You know, so maybe I'll post up a couple more of those. Um because that is what I've been doing, like name a better sound. Like I mean, dude, I posted one. This guy was shooting the Desert Eagle, and it's not doing nearly the same views that the other ones are doing. So yeah, we'll have to. I might take that one down and add the whole name a better sound thing to that one and see if it does better. But we'll see. Somebody should go on the video, right? Week's first grandbaby. Well, that's what's up. Congratulations, Rick. Uh, Blimey Cookies must be a hole in the jar. Yeah, the top. It's called a drink, not a sip. I'm not ready to be called grandpa or papa or whatever. Yeah, man. We'll just make up something, and that's how my wife's mother did it. My mother-in-law is affectionately known as Mooma, all right, because my wife's oldest niece, my mother-in-law was trying to get my wife's oldest niece to say, like, she didn't want to be called grandma. She wanted to be called like lamb ma or something something, and it didn't work out. So now she's Mooma. It works for us and their family. Well, for her family. I mean, anyone says Mooma, we know who they are referring to. So yeah, Mooma and Pop Pop. That is what it is. So you have to make something up. Oh, Rick, that's one hard drive you would never see. What? What are you talking about? Oh, yo, Jimmy, I have I won't say a sixth sense. I have a sixth sense for picking them up. It doesn't rust, yo. I love shooting that thing, dude. I love shooting it. So what I've talked about it in the past. So when people come in and they want to rent the 50, right? They radio to me and like, listen, hey, lane, like, so they were like, lane 7 is coming out with the 50. I'm like, okay, cool. And this dude, he came out, and usually we sell the rounds in like a baggie of 5, all right? And the baggie of 5 rounds for the Desert Eagle, which is 50 AE, 50 Action Express, right? Actually, I know I have 50 Action Express. No, that's not 50 Action Express. This is one, and let me get you a 9mm casing. I know I have. Oh, here's one. All right. Yep. Here is a 9mm casing. Okay. Now you gotta, keep in mind that 9mm is just about there. Oh, here it is. This is a 50 AE casing. These are those two together just for shits and giggles. Okay? The 9mm easily fits inside of the 50 AE casing. And, yo. Come on. Come on. All right. You see, it says 50 AE versus the 9mm. All right. And if I were to try to hold those together, just again, they give you perspective, right? So, this way. This is one of those. This is you. This is the guy she tells you not to worry about. But So what ends up happening is, when I have casings in my pocket, when I come home, I put them up there, like the ones I want to keep and hold on to. But the 50 AE, I've shot it a couple times, a bunch of times. Actually, I let the boys shoot it. I'll have to find those videos because I had them on my old phone. I don't know if I have them on my new phone. But anyway, it's fun. So when people come out and they are getting ready to shoot the 50 AE, I'm like, listen, because they're always like, is it really that bad? Am I gonna have to worry and this and the other? And I'm like, nah, it's not that bad. And I'm like, listen, do you want me to show you? And they're like, yeah. Okay, I'll shoot the 58. I'll shoot the Desert Eagle, and me, I make it look easy. Boom. When they see that fireball and the control is the thing. So that dude, he was pretty okay, but he, like, the whole thing is, like, normally they get one round until they demonstrate that they can actually shoot more than one round or control one round before I allow them to shoot more than one. But yeah. D-Dub says, I'm a papa ×3. Nice. First Love says, we, my wife and I, are G-Ma G-Pa. All right, there you go. See? Rick says, I told my daughter that baby can call me Mr. Rick. What up, Terry? How you doing? Madwood Barbecue says, hey, yo, Dash, what's up? How you doing? Rick, after Papa hits you, it's all downhill from there. He said, you'll love it. Yeah, Jimmy. I won't be look, I already think that, that, listen, I already, Jimmy's my uncle, all right? Uncle Jimmy, all right? Because, yo, that dude right there, yeah, Jimmy's invited to the cookout. Russ said, I just saw a pig in a blanket. I'm crying. Oh, dude, you never saw that one? I've been trying to seal a deal on a new trailer pit. Nice. Well, good luck, man. Just shocked by it all. I'm more of a 22. What? No, man. Sorry, Rick. Terry says 370-gallon reverse flow offset. Nice. Congrats. So listen. Look. I find that this is no 22 cases. I can't even remember why I picked up a bunch of 45s. This is what these are. But like somebody was doing something. I was thinking a bunch of 45s, and I was like, I'll pick one up. Pick one up. But this, I know. There's one. This, I throw casings up in here. One on casings that I'm trying to save, like, because they were memorable. Oh, here it is. There's one. In case you missed. Oh, wait. Let's pull all three out again for comparison's sake. SoCal 45 Colt, long Colt. There's the 58. And yep, here's the 9mm. So, in case you missed Rick's comment, he said, I'm more of a 22, right? Remember, my thing was, this is you, and this is the guy she told you not to worry about. Rick said, this is him. Hold on, I gotta. He said, this is him. Hey, let's put it this way. Oh man, Rick, too funny. Jerry, how you doing this evening? No, Russ, I do not reload. I actually have mostly pilfered, but I got some of the brass because I was cleaning up doing something, and I was like, you know what? I'll just put this in my pocket. So I'm actually gonna consider. I'm considering taking some of the brass to get recycled, and yeah, I know what you were talking about, Russ. But I'm contemplating taking them to get recycled and seeing how much I could get per pound for brass. Last time I checked, I think it was like $2 a pound. I mean, look, I'm not above it, but one of the things that's crazy is we throw away the shotgun shells, and I picked up a bunch of them 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I really just gonna throw them away. Like, really, like they put them in the trash. So I'm like, they're just gonna throw them away. I'm gonna pick them up and like cut the plastic bits off and take them to the recycler and see what they would do with them. Man, Rick, a 22 sure can. D-Dubs, that's better than a pellet gun, sure enough. But the war, Jerry, I do not, I don't condone it, man. I think Vladimir Putin is, he's overstepped his boundaries, like point blank. Um, he, you know, this is a war about resources, and Ukraine has resources that Russia wants. And the one of the things that a lot of people don't know is the Ukraine has been putting themselves in a position to not be dependent on Russia and or to possibly become um, financially stable without having to depend on Russia. And Vladimir Putin does not like that at all. So he's like, "Oh, y'all, you think you just gonna step out and get some money yourself and become a superpower in a worldwide economy? Nah, bro. Watch this. Hold." He said, "Hold my vodka." All right. Don't even own. Just throw it on at you like a ninja. Shoot. Yeah, you go ahead and keep throwing them at me. Uh huh. Hey, Victor, you have a good evening, sir. Oh yeah, do I? I have plenty. You know what's crazy is I've been getting boxes from Walmart, and it, as opposed to keeping them in boxes, I just dump them into the container. Dude, so my range bag, just sitting by my feet right now. Put it under my table here. The range bag, and you know, Jimmy, I'll have you know that when people come in and they want to shoot 22, this is the container that I have. When I go to the range with the kids, I normally scoop this up and fill up a quart container of 22 rounds, right? And when I say we go plinking, we go plinking. But when women especially come in and they you know, their significant others are like, "Oh, you should try this 9 mil," or and I'm like, "Listen, you don't want to try 9 mil." Hold on, I'll be right back. I go to my bag and I'll pull out a dozen, 2 dozen rounds, and we have a Glock 44. We have a couple of them Glock 44, and I'm not a fan of the Glock 44, but I will pull it out. And actually, I went on did a recon and purchased the 22 that I thought my wife would actually like, and she was like, "Nope, not a fan." So I sold it to my range, and it gets rented out like almost daily, if not multiple times daily, for women to shoot. And you know, it's a 22 caliber, and I get women come in there and they're unsure, or someone wants to give them something bigger, and I'm like, you gotta try this one. I'll go into my stash, Jimmy, and I pay it forward, and I let folks, you know, I give them ammo, is what I'm trying to say. Uh, Russ said, so much work to drill out the shotgun primers. I like how you think. But dude, Jerry, I mean, dude, they're gonna throw them away. Like they're throwing them away. Why wouldn't I just cut off the plastic, take them to get recycled? One, I feel like I'm helping landfills not be full of brass. Two, I mean, 10, $15 that pays for my lunch one day. So that's like working an additional hour at the range. And I have so much fun doing it when I'm doing it. I mean, why not? What up, Kent? How you doing this evening? 357. Dude, I'm gonna have to Rick, if you're on TikTok, I'm gonna have to actually uh I there's a guy that came in the range. He's got it's called a Chiappa Rhino. It shoots at 357, but what's crazy is the way that it fires. Like I'm gonna have to post that one on TikTok soon. Rick says, "Shalom, Professor. Is it okay to slap someone for telling a joke?" Ah, I'm one. I really don't want to get into it, but there's a lot behind it, and there are times when people have told jokes that they thought were funny, but the person who was the butt of the joke didn't find funny, and did they get slapped? Yes, yes. Every joke isn't funny, and you never know. You never know what 100% what someone else's situation is. So, though it was a joke, the intention and the how do I put it? Because he intended it as a joke. Okay, we can all agree upon that. But the not even the acceptance, but the I'm trying to come up with the word in my head. Um, it's hard. It's hard because there's sometimes jokes just they're not funny, and jokes can be hurtful. And I mean, listen, somebody start joking about my wife, my mother, my children, and I know that I've attacked people verbally in the comments for attacking my children. And like, oh, that was just a joke. I was just kidding. Guess what? I have feelings too. All right, that's my take on it. Now, did it have to happen that way? No. Did it have to happen that way on that stage? No. But did it? Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes you can be pushed past your limit. D-Dub says, I think the Ukraine proved to be more formidable than Russia realized. I agree, definitely. And I think part of the problem, D-Dub, is that, one, they have a comedian for a president. And the comedian was like, oh, hell no, I'm not just letting y'all have this. And Vladimir was like, he severely underestimated how much of a fight they were going to put up. 22 mags. Kent, we were talking about pew pew cartridges. Yeah. I just opened up an ammo box the other day. It was pleasantly surprised to find it filled with 5.56. Nice. I forgot I bought them. Talk about a problem I've never had before. I've been about many jokes over the years. I know hundreds of people slap across the face. Rich, let me just put this into perspective for you. I put myself out there on the internet. I put myself out there on YouTube, okay? And when I say there are a few folks that I would love to slap the taste out of their mouth, but I just don't, I have not had the opportunity. Now, do I verbally and or in the comments reply and slap them out of there, slap out of them? Yes. Yes, I do. But are there times where I bite my tongue and I use tact and I try to be the bigger person? Yep, there are those times too. I don't know. It's just, it's all here. D-Dub says you also go to joke with people that can't take a joke. See, D-Dub, see, this is where it becomes a slippery slope. It's not about not being able to take a joke. It's about sometimes that joke hitting too personally. I can dish it as well as I can receive it. But if you start talking about my kids, you start talking about my wife, you start talking about my mother, oh, it's going to be problems. Click, clack. It's going to be problems. Talk about me. All right? Me. I can be the brunt. I can bear the brunt of your joke. But don't bring anybody else into it. So, again, it's not about not being able to take a joke. Just, that's my opinion. I've seen people laughing and get punched in the face. Where Jimmy said, I've seen a few laughing people get punched in the face at my time. Yeah, it's like watching the Kardashians. Who cares how rich people live? But see, that's the thing, man. Yo, so, all right. Case in point, right? Case in point. Trevor Noah, a few, a week or so ago, he talked about Kanye and Kim and their situation. Pardon me, my eyes is bugging. Ooh, this actually feels better. The glass is still kind of chilled from the ice. He talked about Kanye, right, and Kim. He talked about how Kanye was talking sideways about Kim, right? And we're not even going to talk about Pete Davidson. But Kanye was talking sideways about Kim. To the point where Kanye was more or less harassing Kim. And people were like, oh, that's okay because Kim is who she is. No. That's a woman. That's a mother. That's all of those things. And what Trevor Noah said was, it doesn't matter if you are rich and you're a celebrity or if you are in the ghetto. Being a better woman, be it verbally, be it physically, be it emotionally, is not okay. And I agree with him. He was speaking from experience, from his own mother's experiences and what he witnessed as a child. He basically said, Kim is going through the same thing and we're okay with it. I agree with him. We should not be okay with it. We should not be okay with it and be able to dismiss it like, oh, well, that's what she signed up for because because she's a celebrity. Nah, bruh. No. It's not okay. And for Kanye to lash back at Trevor Noah for speaking the truth, the absolute truth. Again, nope, I'm not there for it. But I also have the perspective to say, like, I have the wherewithal to say you don't know 100% what that person's situation is. So you might think it's a joke. Your intention might be joking. But the I want to say acceptance. I'm trying to think of the word. Like, what is it that when that joke lands, it can hit different. All right. Well, I mean, Mark, everybody loves. Dude, see, Rick, I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that he was, West Philadelphia born and raised, man. I'm telling you, I heard something today, and it was a soundbite from Will's mom, and he said, "I've never seen him act like that before. Something pushed him. That joke was just the straw that broke the camel's back. And he's got other things going on, man. Like do I condone it? No. Do I understand it? Yes. I mean, everybody has their breaking point. Everybody has their breaking point. Mark said Chris Rock's tour tickets skyrocket after slap. Yeah, duh. It's like, it's like a stock, man. You got some controversy in the stock or in the company. Everybody's like, well, what are they gonna do now? Same thing. Kent said, personally, I am against making a joke about a disease unless it's being vertically challenged. So, Kent, here's the thing, right? I don't believe, I really, 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 really think that either Chris Rock did his homework or he didn't do his homework. And he's not going to tell you either way, right? Because did he make that joke? Like, was that a scripted joke or was that ad lib when he got on stage and saw Jada in the front row? I'll wait. I'll wait. Did he see her ahead of time and was like, oh man, Jada, I can't wait to see you because you're bald headed. I can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2. Like, but here's the thing. I know people who have alopecia. Yo, it's not a good look. I mean, like when I was losing my hair in the beginning, like when I was balding, you couldn't, make a bald joke. I'm gonna make a black eye. All right, and that's it. Like some people, your intention might be joking, but you might cross the line. Okay, so yeah. Jimmy said Lloyds are gonna Lloyd. Jerry says we have a weak president. Nah, I don't know about all of that now. I mean, I think that he's doing what's politically correct, unfortunately. Uh, Rick said, hell, you can talk to Mama Wave anytime. Mm. Rick said, but let her find out and she'll kick your ass. Yeah. After kicking mine, yeah. Jimmy said, Kurt, can't everyone is vertically challenged compared to him, yeah. Uh, Look, D-Dub says, I feel you, Dash. I'm the same way. Wife, mom, kids are off limits for me, too. To clarify, I was talking about a specific person. I mean, Chris Rock, Will Smith. I mean, did Will punch down? Ha, literally, yes. But see, now here's another thing too. I don't know if you guys have seen or heard this. Chris Rock talked about how he was abused as a kid, or there was something going on when he was a kid, and he kind of like vowed to like not do anything violent. I mean, something I heard. Do I? I don't know. Rick said violence is never the answer. You cannot like a joke. Oh wait, you can not like a joke. You can be offended by a joke. You can respond, but you can't take it to violence. But Rich, that's all part, man. Um, Rich said when people were upset Michael Jackson, he responded by buying their music catalog. But but Rick, here's the thing, right? It's one of those things, man. Different stroke for different folks. If I am in a position to be like, listen, you know what? I'm a billionaire. I'm a billionaire. You know how I'm going to hurt you? I'm going to buy your company and put it out of business. I'm going to buy it to lose money. Just to set you out of business. That's going to hurt that person that was a passion project more than getting slapped in the face. That's going to hurt them way more than getting slapped in the face. Michael Jackson was, I mean, that's just savage to be completely honest. But does everybody have millions or hundreds of millions of dollars to purchase a company just to be like, I bought it just to buy it? No. But you know what I do have? I got these hands. And you know what you can do? You can catch them. All right? Like for real. Yes, Maria. Thank you for joining us. And yes, it is Wednesday already. D-Dub said, I don't think he's over the entanglement, open relationship or not. Your wife messing around with the kid 30 years younger than you has got to mess with you mentally. Nope. I don't think it was that. I think it was everyone else throwing it in his face, right? Because how many people are out there? I mean, like real talk, real talk. How many people are out there living their best lives having their wives pleased by other people? Like, you living your best life. But guess what? You, the outsider, have a problem with what they're doing in their relationship, in their marriage. You are the one who contributed to that. Dog, as long as it's consensual between y'all, do you, boo? Is that something I want in my relationship? No. Am I gonna be vocal about that? Hell yeah. Is that something I want in my relationship? No. But if that's what works for you, and if you are a consenting adult to your entanglement in your situation, who am I to judge? All right. I don't know, man. I don't pass judgment. I try not to pass judgment on folks because I mean, not to get biblical or anything like that. One of those passages is like, he who lives in a glass house must throw the first stone, or he who I don't know, one of those things, right? That's always one of those things I think about. And anyway, not everyone can take a joke. Some people ain't no joke. Yeah, you're right. Blind man says I have to head out now, everybody. I have an early morning MRI appointment. Hey, look, blind man, hopefully everything was good. You'll be easy. Thank you so very much for hanging out. Maria, I'm not on either side, okay? Because I think both were at wrong in and or in certain things, right? Um, it's hard, okay? It's hard because my deal is this: if you want to attack Will, attack Will. If you want, he obviously attacked Jada, but Will took up for Jada because Will, I'm gonna even say knight in shining armor. All right, I don't know. It's a slippery slope and it's a touchy situation. I can't. No one. No. Neither one of them are right, and I'm not on either one of them side. All right, they both are wrong. Chris Rock, he told a joke, or he said something that was intended as a joke. It was not fielded. It was not. That word I'm looking for is escaping me. D-Dub says so is just so that's just it. They should have kept it private. Yeah. But D-Dub, the problem is this. Um they are attention seeking. As much as they don't want to admit it, they are attention seeking. Dude, you know how often if I have extra food, I'll give it to someone I see on the street, you know, on an overpass, or not overpass, but an exit ramp, or like in front of the 7-Eleven near where I live, or like I give away food. Not all the time, but I give away food. I give away food to quote unquote less fortunate. But you will never, ever, ever see me post that on Instagram or on Facebook or on Twitter. None of that. I might talk about it from time to time, but I'm not doing it to chase clout, to say, hey, look how good of a person I am. No, that's not me. I'm doing it because I want to be the change in the world, you know, be the change in the world you want to see. You know how often I can, you know how you walk past somebody or you see them in their car and they look like they're deep in thought or they're having a bad day? When have you parted your lips to say hi? When have you parted your lips to say, hey, are you okay? Hey, do you need a hug? Hey, do you want to talk about it? I do that from time to time. I do. And I don't do that for clout. I do that because I want to be the change in the world that I want to see. All right? You know, just like D-Dub says, yep, give because it's in your heart, not for notoriety. You ever hear those stories? And I feel like there's a ninja cutting some onions, man, because you ever hear those stories of people who are walking past someone who's standing on a bridge and that person that walked past them just so happened to say, hey, are you okay? And they turn around and like, no, I'm not okay. And they end up talking. And that person who walked past and just stopped and said, hey, are you okay? Saved that other person's life because they were going to jump off a bridge or something like that. I would love, love, love to be in that position one day. Like sometimes you can look at people and see, yo, they're not having a good day, right? They're not having a good day. And I might not be able to help that situation, but I can at least I can take time out of my day to hopefully make their day better. And that's it. That's it. So so Jimmy says you mean it was not malicious intent. Yeah, but the whole thing is this: intention is intention. I can I cannot intend to maim you, right? I'm not going to use like a KILO, you know, because I don't, you know, I can I can intend to hurt you, but if something happens worse than me hurting you, the intention is. So I heard someone talk about this recently, and they said they were talking about this and put it into perspective, right? And they said, listen, if I get in my car and I run over Jimmy, right? And I'm not just Jimmy because Jimmy's my uncle. If I run over Jimmy, right? And Jimmy's like, damn, what did I do? It's like, oh no, it was a mistake. I didn't intend to run you over, right? But if I take a step back and I say, all right, you know what? I'm gonna run Jimmy over, right? The result is the same. The intention is the only thing that's different. Whether I meant to run Jimmy over, or whether I didn't mean to run Jimmy over, the result is still the same. There was some hurt, there was some pain, right? But the intention is what will give you a or get you a involuntary type charge or a negligent type charge. All right. I'm just saying. So the intention. Um Jerry says, Dash, I'm gonna make my own YouTube channel. How can I do it? Man, one video at a time. Just put something up there, right? And then you figure out what you have to do. Unfortunately, YouTube has changed since I started, and obviously I'm not winning at YouTube right now. I feel like I'm not the best person to ask about this. D-Dub says if you want to put it out there, you can't be mad about it being judged in this very judgmental world. You can though, man. Because that's all part. Like, I put videos out there and I would I don't know. I feel like I feel like the keyboard warriors and those people who have the biggest mouths are steering or moving the needle to a place where it doesn't necessarily need to be moved. So, yeah. Ray said, I have so much to say about the situation, but it comes off better vocally than written. Oh yeah, I can imagine. And there's another thing too. Um, tone. Okay, tone is deafened in text. All right. Yep. Give because it's in your heart. Okay, Maria. Nice cheesy ranch bread. All right. Marcus says, "Aloha, everyone. How you doing this evening, sir?" Uh, Loneliness is a very serious mental issue. Yes. You know what? Sometimes, Mark, people just want to talk and say hi and be able to communicate verbally with someone else. But on the converse of that, sometimes those people who are the most extroverted don't want to talk. Don't want to say a damn thing. Just like, it's funny. People are always like, "Oh, are you an extrovert or introvert?" I'm not necessarily speaking for myself, but the introverts, you it's one of those things where if you are an introvert and you have to speak all day long, you have to, excuse me, be extroverted. And then when that in extrovert as an introvert time is done, you don't want to talk. You don't want to do anything. You don't want anything, right? But does anybody think or feel that the extrovert can also have introverted tendencies and be like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to be bothered. I just want to be left alone. I mean, there's all types, so it's not just loneliness. Uh, Although it should have happened and was handled well, I don't know, Russ, because it was done in the court of public opinion. And the court of public opinion has been weighing in. Now we are going on 3 days talking about this. 3 days. D-Dub says at the end of the day, Chris is a better man than me because there's no way Will would have slapped me and walked off that stage. He'd have been moving some furniture. Oh, we would have been moving some furniture up in there. You're right. You're right. I mean, but like I said, I've read or heard something that said that there was some violence in Chris Rock's upbringing, and he has like sworn it off, or he's basically said, sorry, he's basically said that he is not, I'm gonna say about that life, but he's not into the violence. I mean, you know, vegetarians. I mean, you gonna sit down in front of a steak or with a steak in front of a vegetarian, and vegetarian is gonna be like, "Nah, bro, you do you. I'm gonna sit over here and drink on some water because I'm a vegetarian, and if that's what your belief system is, then more power to him for doing that. But we can't fault him, and we can't say, "Oh, he a punk," or "he this," or "he that," because he didn't do anything. Marcus says, just woke up, just about to start the day, night. Yeah, you're going to have to go back and watch this from the beginning. Maria said, yeah, my grandpa told us from a very young age, don't let people play with or touch your face. Yeah. It's personal, man. That's personal space. I'm an introvert. We need to keep ourselves. Wait, I'm an introvert. We keep to ourselves. We don't care to go out, be seen, hang out. We prefer being homebodies. I won't say to an extent, but there are those things, Maria, that are I definitely agree with. But here's the thing: I am an extrovert, but I too don't mind staying at home. I too don't mind not going out. I too don't mind being invited and not having to go. All right. So I don't think that's an introvert extrovert tendency. I just think that's it's like, bro, I'm not feeling it. I don't want to do that today. Now, can I go? I won't say speak in front of hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, if I absolutely had to, I mean, I probably could. But the good thing is, I mean, I guess collectively, my videos have put me in front of hundreds of thousands of people. But like, could I speak in front of a crowd of X number of hundreds of thousands of people? Probably not without yawning a whole bunch. D-Dub says, no, I applaud Chris for his restraint, and I applaud how well he took the slap. Well, see, and here we can get into the nuance of it, right? One, I think Will is trained on how to throw a punch, a slap, whatever. Not that Chris Rock is any sort of action hero or anything like that. So I don't think he was or is necessarily trained on how to take a hit, a punch, a slap. I think it was just one of those things where, you know, I don't know. I pluck my kids and I use restraint in plucking them. Did they get plucked? Yes. Did I pluck them to the fullest extent of my plucking ability? No. Maybe that was all part of what happened, but I don't know. Mm. Russ said, plus we need a bigger smoker for thousands. Yeah, you're right. If I had to cook for thousands and thousands and thousands, I would definitely need a bigger smoker. I think we're gonna need a bigger smoker for sure. Hey, look, I haven't posted the link to tomorrow's video in a while. I'm gonna go ahead and post that again, so you guys can check that out. My eye is burning to high heaven. I talked about it before. Hey, Bumpy, comment, don't get shampoo in your eye down below when you get to this point in the video. Last week, Bumpy was here, and he was able to join us. I think it was last week. If it wasn't last week, it was 2 weeks ago. He was able to join us in the comments live, and he watched the replay. But yeah. Maria, so I had some clear. It's gone, no, it's gone. It's gone. So between the clear and the Rockstar, and this was some remnants of some Kool-Aid I had in my cup. But my left eye, is it's killing me right now. It is itching like the Dickens. Russ says the comment though. What did he say? I just got the. Yeah. So, but Russ, I think that speaks more to who Chris Rock is as a person, because he gave a accurate, timely, not even a recollection, but like a live call, like a play-by-play of what happened. And he was like, oh, okay, that just happened. I just got the taste knocked out of my mouth by Will Smith. All right. I won't say he didn't break character, but that's who he is. And he was just like, oh, okay, well, that just happened. Obviously, y'all saw it. I just got smacked. Obviously, he didn't like the joke. He was like, come on, it was some G.I. Jane joke. But, man, that's what's the link to Shaver. Oh, all right. Let's see. Orders. Shaver. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Well, wait a minute. Come on. This one. See, I'm going to wait. I'm trying to find the exact one that I have. I have the finishing shaver, but it's a whale, and it's WHA or WAHL. All right, so shavers. This is the one that I have. Text. Control C. That's on sale right now. That is the shaver that I have in use. Because that's the one my barber used when I would go in and get my head shaved or my beard trimmed. That was the one he used, and I mean, it got pretty close every time I used it, or he used it on me. So I said, yeah. Me and the hubs drinking. Is that Modelo? Not my choice, but can't complain. I mean, did not complain. I'm drinking Coors Light. Don't complain. I'm drinking Coors Light by choice. Yeah, well, no problem. No problem, Mark. Yeah. I didn't want to drink heavily tonight because I wanted to make sure that I was going to make it to the end of the live stream. I know that I was tired. I've had a very long day today. Tiring day, but a good tiring day. But still, I'm ready to go to bed myself. Nope, no ingrooms, Maria. Um, the thing. So Mark was asking, I guess, because my head is nice and cleanly shaven. He was asking about it, but what happens is your hair has to be like at the exact right length. If it's too short, it won't work. If it's too long, it won't work. And it tells you what the length of your hair they want you to have it as or at. I didn't measure my daggone head. So I just kind of use it every other day, and then if I go longer than every other day, I have to actually break out the electric razor. Excuse me, the cheapo, yeah, wall. I think it's wall. I don't know how to say it, but I have to break out the regular dual blade razor and shave my head like I did this morning because I really find that for me and how often how much my hair grows, every other day is just about like that sweet spot. Having Andes, ANDIS. Yeah. I have a couple Andes trimmers as well between Andes and Wall. Those are like the two that you can use. I won't say you can use, but are most popular. All right, guys, I am gonna go ahead and no shaving cream. Uh, I won't say I can go get it, but So when I shave with the razor, um, honestly, I typically just use the shampoo on my head, put a little bit of shampoo, and get to shaving. Shaving cream to me is, I don't say a waste, but uh, it's just soup. Soup. It's just soap and some lubricants in there to help guide the razor on your head, which you don't necessarily want to do. I shave my head dry a lot of times. I'll take a razor and shave any spots, of course, that I miss, but I don't have a problem shaving my head dry. Uh, Russ said he's out. He's going to bed. I am too. I would love to make it to midnight, but the way my left eye is burning, I am going to bed. Thank you guys so very much, as always for watching. I'm going to go ahead and post the video for tomorrow one more time. So you guys can get a chance to watch it. Don't forget to not only hit that thumbs up button for me here on your way out if you have not done so already. I'd greatly appreciate it if you could comment and or leave a like and a comment on that video that I just posted. Shampoo, then use the well appliance. I shampoo and I dry my beard. I almost say my hair. I dry my beard, and then I will use either my wife has an electric blow dryer, but it has a comb on it. I'll use that to kind of help elongate and stretch out my beard, or the heated brush, which is still working flawlessly after 2-3 years, maybe even more. Some of the guide pieces have broken off, but other than that, the joint still works, which is all I care about. All right, Steven says good night. Good night, good night, good night, everybody. Jimmy says night, guys. Have a good rest of the week. Night Dash. Well, thank you, sir, for singling me out. Definitely have a good evening, guys. All right, Maria says thanks. No problem. Steven, be easy, man. Definitely take care. Tell Jacqueline and Buddy I said hey. All right. Time for me to go to bed. I have to get up first thing in the morning. So, anyway, before I fall asleep on you guys, y'all have a great one. D-Dub says it's been real, family. Have a blessed rest of the week. Good night. On that note, I am gone.